Welcome to the Block Sitdown. This is the One Foot In podcast where we take one foot into the college football world, college football realm. And today is the post-game podcast of the college football playoff quarterfinals. It's finally here, meaningful football, and we're trying to figure out what the best teams are. It's arguable that the 11 and 12 seed isn't the best teams of football, or in college football. But other than the college football talks, we got one bowl game I want to talk about. Shed light on. We got news. We got transfer portal news as well. Re-signings of coaches, all the above. And yeah, we still got that team up north trying to figure out who their coaches and a couple candidates are falling out, trickling out one by one. And how y'all doing today? Before we get into the college football.
We're back. We're back. Obviously, there was a little hiatus, but here we are. We at the final stretch right here. This is all or nothing for a lot of teams. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next couple weeks to see how it unfolds, to see what team is gonna take the national championship home, or who's gonna make this Cinderella story that Alabama. But we'll get into it when we do. What about you, VJ?
Oh, it's fun. College football back, man. I mean, it was kind of dead. I'll be honest with you. I was out here just kind of fucking sitting down and just like, damn, bro, ain't nothing to watch, damn near, bro. I'm like, shoot, like all the shit that I like to watch, gone. I'm like, dude, ain't nothing here, bro. So it's kind of nice that's back.
How about you, Cameron?
Well, if you watch the NBA, there's still NBA. Bought a watch, but that's because Christmas is right around the corner. Happy holidays to all the ones that celebrated whatever holiday you celebrate. But let's get into the college football. First round concluded. 4 games to talk about. 2 that we really need to talk about, and 2 that we don't really need to talk about. And yeah, we got a lot of questions answered. And the first one's gonna be that Alabama team, the Cinderella story. Because everybody, I guess, behind them, not really behind them, the 10 seed one. But yeah. Basically, Alabama was able to go to Oklahoma, one of the more toxic environments in college football, hardest place to play, and they were down early. They were down 17-0. And I'm looking at the score, and I'm like, well, Oklahoma, I think, just needs to score maybe a touchdown, maybe one more score to put it away. And I'm talking about just go to halftime and have a little lead. Well, they couldn't get to halftime with a lead. They ended up tying it 17-17. Alabama ended up coming back, and Ty Simpson probably played the best football he's played in the last couple months, and looked healthy out there. Talk about Jed Miller. We talked about him. We need some type of running game from him. No, you don't. He has 7 rushes for 11 yards. Still questionable on his status of what he's able to do and how limited he is. But Daniel Hill, he's a guy I talked about a lot. I think he's a freshman or sophomore, underclassman, and he's a guy that was able to punch it in for them when they needed it the most. And yeah, he's a sophomore. He's their go-to running back at this point, bro. He has 9 carries, 43 yards. That's just enough for Alabama. But going to the receiver game for Alabama, you talk about that Ryan Williams guy. Yeah, he's not a factor for them. Another key drop, and it's just like at this point, like it's just like the confidence is just like at an all-time low, bro. This dude's like trying to catch the ball with his body and stuff, and like as a receiver, like if anybody's played football, bro, you know that's the worst way to catch the ball because it's just so inefficient. Use your hands. You got gloves. You know, you're 17-year-old. You're fucking 18-year-old now, bro. Figure it out, bro. He had 1 catch in the game, 5 yards. But talk about everybody else. Latsier Brooks. He's a guy that's been basically the freshman on his team, and people were saying during mini camp, training camp, fall camp that this guy, hey, he could see the field, bro. If he could see the field, he could do something, and that's exactly what he did. On Saturday or Friday, actually, it was a Friday game. 2 touchdowns, 80 yards for the freshman. Isaiah Horn, key component there in the running game or the receiving game. 65 yards on 5 catches, and then Jeremy Bernard. He was supposed to be a wide receiver 1 on this team. Third in yards on receiving core. So hey, they were, and also Alabama talking about the injuries, going back to injuries. Josh Cuevas, 35 yards in the passing game. He was back. Good to see him on the field. Just wish he would got a little bit more touches, but hey, Alabama was able to win 34-24 against this Oklahoma team that got ahead early, and they weren't able to look back. And yeah, this Oklahoma defense is talked about as being one of the best in the nation. They lit up 34 points, and with the injured Mateer, and I guess we just call him injured the whole time, bro. Every time we see him, bro, he's just injured at this point, bro. He's had surgery fucking 3 months ago at this point. But yeah, he had to throw 41 times, had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. But late in that game, he just wasn't a factor. And then you go to the running game for Oklahoma. These are 2 teams that are in the SEC, and both are mirrors of each other, except Alabama got more than 1 receiver to throw to. But Oklahoma, They only have no one to throw to other than Satania, and Satania basically got locked up the whole game. And Deion Burks had to step up with 100 yards from Deion Burks. And then a running game again, like I said, it's not a factor. I'm seeing John Mateer 19 carries for 15 yards. I didn't think he ran that much, but I guess Xavier Robinson 3 carries for 4 yards, and Toy Blaylock, true freshman, 11 carries for 36 yards. So that's just how Oklahoma swung on offense. But that defense was doing its thing, bro. 4 sacks, and they got him early, I'm pretty sure, in that game. But Alabama was able to outmatch them and get 5 sacks on that. And so, yeah. What do you see from this, VJ? This is what a healthy Alabama team looks like?
I won't even say healthy. It's still, I won't, healthy isn't a word because it was more like, yes, I guess you could say they were, but it was like, dude, they still had mistakes. I mean, if you watch that game, bro, that first quarter, and honestly, a majority of that second quarter, gang, I thought that shit was done. I thought Oklahoma was like, yo, they came out firing, bro. And then, like, literally, they choked it up in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, and now it's 17-17. I'm like, great, good job, y'all. I don't know what the hell y'all did. Y'all messed this one up bad. And then just second half, it just, it's definitely momentum. Like momentum feeling. You could just tell the momentum shifted hard to Alabama, and they basically just kind of took it away. Honestly, I think anything Oklahoma did is like offensively they were doing small mistakes that just kind of hurt them in the long run, and then Alabama just kept. I don't know. I just the momentum shift to Alabama is like every time they needed a third down conversion, they got it. Anytime they needed a catch from someone else, they got it. It was just always someone else stepping up, and it was just coming through in and out every time. Like it was just clutch after clutch after clutch, and momentum was just on Bama's side, in my opinion. And Oklahoma just kind of lost that fire. I say that pick six. I think that's when they lost the fire. I don't. It was that big of like a factor, in my opinion. It's just like I never seen that same Oklahoma fire that they had at the start. So, kudos to Bama, man. I mean, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I give all them on that one.
Taking a look at the first half drive chart for Alabama, 3 and out in the first quarter, 3 and out to start the second quarter, and then after Oklahoma scored and went up 17, 9-play drive, touchdown, basically 3-and-out punt for Oklahoma. I think they got 1 first down, so 4 plays, field goal, and then a 4-play interception, pick six, and then that was basically the end of the half, and then they didn't look back basically after that, and Oklahoma's offense just wasn't the same. They basically went up early and couldn't do anything after that. And then you talk about leaving points on the board and potential still there. You talk about Tate Sandell. This is a guy that doesn't miss ever. I think the last game he missed was I think his first start or the Michigan game. That's all I remember. Was Michigan game 1 for 3, bro. He missed, left 2 on the board, bro, and one of them was key down the stretch. They needed it to cut it to 7 points, and he couldn't even do that. Looks what do you take from this game?
Yeah, I mean, you guys basically all hit right on the mark. There's not really much to be said, but I will say like. There was a chance before they went in halftime. John Material, he ran out the pocket, and there was somebody not really wide open, but if you would have caught that pass, you could possibly drive it in. It was basically a 1-on-1 with a defender, like cutting across the field, and John Material ran out and he threw it. Literally, I'm not gonna lie, this ball could have been more beautiful for a John Material that's injured, right? I'm not gonna lie. He threw 41 times, 307 yards on a surgery on the hand. He's looking good out there. I will say there's some part where it was John Material for obviously that pick six, right? But I'm not gonna lie, his O-line, man, bro. I don't know if it was Oklahoma O-line or fucking Alabama D lineman, but bro, that he was constantly scrambling out that pocket, and if he couldn't get a clean pocket, bro, he was damn near getting sacked every single time. Obviously, all these sacks came like damn near after the second half, basically when the momentum shifted. I'm like, damn, bro, like the little momentum shifted like quickly. Oklahoma started off strong with defense. Damn near almost got a safety on Ty Simpson, then pushing back all the way like in their end zone. But obviously Alabama was able to get away from it. Like I said, they was up 17-0. It was looking like damn Oklahoma was about to seal the deal. But then Alabama converted at 4th and 2 to score a TD, and that was like damn. You allowed them to convert off of that. It wasn't even just like a simple first down. It was a 4th and 2 TD. Obviously they were still like near the Reds and the fucking end zone, but yeah. Also Oklahoma had a fucking and missed punt damn near. Like he went to punt it, fucking like I guess second
on the ground.
Yeah, he like
Laid it
second guess, went to pick it up and just. I mean, the big man was already in front of it, and it was just like damn, momentum definitely shifted as VJ said, and that it definitely started after that pick six, and John Mateer not being able to throw the ball as much because he was getting sacked. It was rough after that second half, but yeah, I mean, kudos to Alabama. Oklahoma, it's like they had some chances. You mentioned Cam with Sandell. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why they kicked it third and 5. At the 51-yard, Oklahoma at the very end, it was 3rd and 5. I don't know, it was a miss, like a fucking display, but I was watching the highlight. It said 3rd and 5, and it was kicking at 51 yards. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. I ain't watched the full game. I watched the highlights, and I seen 3rd and 5. 51 yards out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know. There was that. I mean that one that was on target, but not.
Are you talking about the end?
Yeah.
They was trying to I think they were trying to just make it a 2-possession game. Like it was like a minute left. I'm pretty sure.
I think so. Yeah.
They was basically trying to kick the field goal and then get the onside kick and then just fucking chuck it up for the game winner. Because it was kind of like we don't want to keep wasting time.
Yeah.
It was a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
And they had nothing left.
Yeah. I mean that's what I thought too. But then I was like, damn, 3rd and 5 at 51 yards, bro.
To be fair, didn't he win the Lou Groza? The kicker?
He's the best kicker in all of college football, basically.
So
he had like 3 misses the whole year, and 2 of them came in this game.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, that's really all I got, man. Yeah, when I heard when Sandell missed the first kick for the first time since his first start or whatever, I'm like, damn. And this is when you miss it. I'm telling you, bro. These kickers are important when they come down in these moments when we really need them, and some of them fold, some of them shine. Somebody who you thought wasn't gonna miss, it just wasn't. It wasn't his day today. Yeah, that's all I got. Cameron, final thought.
Well, Sandell 3 for 4 from 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and 50 plus. He missed 1 from each deep, and 2 of them came in this game, man. Talk about like playoff football, man. This is what it is. Shout out to Mateer, man. Obviously he had the whole thing in the middle, the surgery in the middle, which is kind of insane for a quarterback to have throwing hand surgery on it and then come back 2 weeks later, and then he came out in that Texas game and then they ended up dropping that one. But Oklahoma overachieved in this season, bro. Brent Venables needed to do exactly what he did this year, and he was able to do it with that rough of a schedule early on. Obviously teams started falling off, the schedule started looking not as tough. But Oklahoma, I'd tip my cap to them. They did exactly what they need, especially with Jay Nott. As much as he was hyped up as a transfer running back to go into this Oklahoma team, and basically he only played 2 games, and that was supposed to be a big get for them in the transfer portal. And I think if he was able to replicate what he did at Cal, at Oklahoma, or be anywhere close to that, he got beat up by a freshman. No injuries, nothing behind the scenes going on. He just wasn't as good as Tory Blaylock and Xavier Robinson. That's something you just can't. You just got to throw your hands up. What the fuck going on? Is it the offensive line? But Tory Blaylock's doing this as a freshman. So is it I don't know what it is, bro. But that backfield and John Mateer basically working with nothing. He can't do anything but throw it. And he had surgery on the throwing hand, all the above. I think that's what it's going to be. It's legendary defense for Oklahoma, top 5 in the country. And they weren't able to do anything with it. They were able to get a playoff berth at that. But yeah, Brent Venables just bought himself maybe a year or 2 more for this job. But again, John Mateer's probably going to return. You need to find a running back, bro. You need to go into that portal and grab you somebody, bro. Or you want to just develop Blaylock and you think he's the guy of the future, man. That's fine, but you're gonna need more consistency out of him. But Alabama moves on. We'll talk about the preview in the next episode or next pod, whatever you want to call it. But Alabama get their shot at the number 1 seed in the country, number 1 team in the country, in Indiana. Perfect on the season, and yeah, Alabama's gonna have to play damn near that to beat that Indiana team, which the defense doesn't get any better than that. So they went up against a rough Oklahoma defense and put up 34, won by 10. Yeah, you got a Heisman winning quarterback on that team. So good luck to the Crimson Tide. That's exactly what they do, bro. You just can't call them out on any game, bro. And that's why I said, just one more Oklahoma, and you put a nail in the coffin, go into the halftime and be up, 24-7 at the very least. Nope, 17-7 or 17-17 going into the half. Moving on, we got the second best game in the first round, or maybe first best game, however you look at it. Yeah, and this was damn near stalemate the whole time. We were scoreless at halftime, and Miami, number 10 seed in the country, go to College Station, go to Kyle Field, another rough place to play. And this is what all playoff football is, just playing in these environments. This is what college football is, and they were able to knock off Texas A&M. Texas A&M dropped 2 in a row to end their season, and yeah, it's again the same story as the Texas game. Marcel Recon took them out of it. 2, I'm pretty sure late or key interceptions. I think one in the back, one in the end zone. Just trying to force it, and he kind of cost his team this one. And Miami takes it 10-3. Carson Beck barely had over 100 passing yards. We talked about that Mark Fletcher guy, Mark Fletcher Jr. Came out of nowhere. He's been very inconsistent the whole year. Every time I look at Miami, I'm like, other than Malachi Tony, who can give you something? C.J. Daniels, he was injured like most of November, I'm pretty sure, and some of December. Oh, he can't do nothing. Oh, Mark Fletcher in the backfield. So, someone do something else. If it's gonna be Pringle, if it's gonna be Fletcher, and Fletcher was the guy. 172 yards on the ground. Averaged 10 yards per carry. That's fucking insane for this Texas A&M defense. That top 10, top 15 in the country. And then you swing over to Texas A&M offense. It's Marcel Reed have to throw 40 times, and he has 15 carries for 27 yards from Marcel Reed. I don't know where Ruben Owens goes, Le'Veon Moss goes, and even E.J. Smith. These are 2 serviceable running backs. All 3, I would say Ruben Owens and Le'Veon Moss is the top 2. But yeah, that's going to be 18 carries for all 3 running backs, and they didn't even have 100 yards rushing. And yeah, Mario Craver showed up. He had 92 yards. Ashton Bethel-Roman, their third wide receiver, had 44 yards. And then you look at KCC. Where is he at? Down there at 4 receptions, 33 yards. They locked up one of the best wide receivers in the country and made him a non-factor in this playoff game. And yeah, this is a Texas A&M team that's won in all aspects of what it is to win in college football this year. Whether it's a slugfest, whether it's a shootout, whether it's anything. And they've been able to do that. But yeah, Marcel Reed, 3 turnovers accounted for, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. That's going to be the highlight going into the offseason of what is Texas A&M going to do next. I'm hearing rumbles. Hey, people are saying, is Marcel Reed the guy? Is he going to be the guy at Texas A&M next year? That's just how crazy he played, how bad he played in the last 2 games. And this is exactly what everybody was afraid of. Every time I talked about Texas A&M, I'm like, from everybody from the offensive line, running back, receiving core. The only thing on his offense is this young quarterback, and I say young. He's a 3-year veteran at this point. I think 1-2 years of eligibility left. But he's a redshirt sophomore. Got to start mid last season. And this is what the hole was in the offense, bro. And it ended up costing them last 2 games. Lost to Texas and lost to Miami now, and got eliminated from the playoffs. And you talk about a team that started 11-0. They were number 3 seed. They were number 3 in the rankings. And now you're sitting at home for the rest of the playoffs. Mike Elko overachieved in his second year of being a head coach. Shout out him. But yeah, shout out Mario Cristobal. Was able to get his first playoff berth, and again, he just kept moving up in the Miami record wise, and just kept overachieving every year, at least getting better. And that's what you ask for a head coach of that caliber at this big of a university. VJ, how we feel?
To really just summarize it in a small way, it's just missed opportunities from both sides, honestly. It was just very, very big missed opportunities. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they had some crazy, like, weather conditions. I think they said, like, wind gusts was going stupid over there, so...
Yeah.
Wasn't that the game where the fucking was swaying?
Yeah,
I'm like looking at the flag, and I'm like, damn. And then I'm like, whoa, is the camera moving? No,
Yeah.
the uprights. It's just swinging.
It was insane. So, missed opportunities a lot. That first half was probably the most grittiest first half I've seen in a minute. I mean, if we include even the missed Miami kicks, I think the game would have only been like 6-0 or whatever, like at most. Like maybe like 7-6. I don't know. It's tough to like determine all because A&M just they had missed opportunities too. I mean, I think they went for on 4th down and they fucking failed badly. I think either went for it or they missed a kick. It was just missed opportunities, like I said, as a whole. I mean, dude, it was a mess through and through. But it was just you definitely see the bits and flashes, and at the end, Miami just kind of took it to in their hands essentially because they, in my opinion, they just played the game right in the second half of okay, throwing the ball is basically non-existent. Hell, if A&M can throw the ball and they have arguably one of the best wide receiver cores in the country, what can we do essentially in that same thing? and they swapped their game plan and they made the right adjustment and they won that. I think second half they dominated that in my opinion. I mean, A&M had great drives, but then it was just always just something going wrong at the end where failed conversion, maybe misjudge on the play. Like it was never good for A&M in that second half. And it always seemed like they had the momentum too. They were getting some good drives in that second half. They just couldn't convert nothing, bro. And it was just that's why I said missed opportunities and they costed them hard. And hey, kudos to Miami, man. I mean, y'all advanced through. Great. Honestly, it was a great actionable matchup because it was just really defense versus defense about 70% of the time. So I really couldn't be hated on it. So I enjoyed watching this.
Yeah, congratulations, Miami. You just earned another $100 million to go invest in more 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits, and possibly keep those, 5 stars or 4-star recruits that you already got with winning this, playoff. You showed these recruits that you can make it to the playoff and you can, freaking, win a playoff game too. So obviously, all these recruits, obviously, they all gonna want the money, but if you could actually show you can win games, it emphasizes them to even want to stay even more. So with that being said, it was a long gritty game, and it just so happened to go in the way of Miami in the sense of with those type of condition out there. Obviously, you cannot be throwing the ball. Obviously, Marcel Reed still got it done with 237 yards, but we all knew if your kicker is missing and you got not able to punch it in the end zone by throwing the ball, it's going to come down to the gritty and who's going to be able to run the ball. And obviously, Mark Fletcher with 17 carries, 172 yards, and average 10.1. It's almost imminent before Miami could finally, punch it in. And they finally did. Obviously, that came from, I'm pretty sure Malachi Tony, right? Was he the one that punched it in with the TD, right?
Yeah.
It was Malachi Tony. I mean, obviously this game, Malachi Tony, he was still there trying to make his presence be known, but obviously this time around it was Mark Fletcher's game where you just heard him just going for long yardage, and it was a Mark Fletcher game. But you can't leave Malachi Tony out the loop when you all eyes on Mark Fletcher. This is where Malachi Tony, shines. This is basically where literally Mark Fletcher was literally just running the run game, and all of a sudden they did like a little not trick play, but it was like a little play where he had them do some shit, and then they gave it, instead of giving it to Mark Fletcher, gave it to Malachi Tony, and he was able to punch it in. And that was obvious at the end of the fourth. We all seen it, but yeah, I was not expecting this game to go this way, but with these type of conditions, I mean, obviously the score could have been a little bit more. Obviously not that much, probably a couple more field goal kicks, but like I said, it was still a low scoring game, and I mean, shit. Congratulations to Miami again.
It was 4 missed field goals on the day. Carter Davis, the Miami kicker, 1 for 4 on the day. So if they lost that game, they was gonna put him in a. I don't know what they was gonna do in that locker room, bro. I was scared for him. But yeah, Texas A&M, I think 1 kicker missed, and then they threw in the other senior kicker and was like, hey, you get this shit done. They already got 3 points up. But the little battles that I seen was Malachi Tony in the punt game, man. He had a couple good returns where I'm like, man, they got the field position. They obviously couldn't take advantage of most of it because it was missing field goals. But you talk about KCC as being one of the best punt returns in the country, in my opinion. 2 punts for -4 yards, and then on the opposite side, Malachi Tony 4 punts and 82 yards, and 55 being the longest punt. And talk about Malachi Tony, he's a Miami kid, and he ended up fumbling. I think it was late in the second half maybe, and then he was just down. He was just pissed. He's hella emotional. And then Mark Fletcher went up to him and was like, "Hey, bro, we good. It's still a close game. Let's get this get back. Let's score this ball next time we get it, bro." And Mark Fletcher even said that I think they played in the same high school team together, and they was like, this shit happened before, bro, where he fumbled and he was pissed at himself. Lift him up. Let's go back out there and you see what happens, bro. Malachi Tony, clutch fumble, and then was able to make up for it by getting a touchdown. Didn't have the best game for Malachi Tony's sake, but man, you talk about a freshman that got a whole bunch of potential, and that NIL money gonna come in handy because Malachi Tony gonna have to get re-signed, and Mark Fletcher already got re-signed, so that's how they feeling out there. But Texas A&M, talk about overachieving. They did something that no Texas A&M team has done ever in all of the existence. 11-0, highest ranking ever, and we're talking about a team that had Johnny Manziel on that team. Never got to number 3 in the country. So shout out for them overachieving. Talk about re-signing. They already re-signed Mario Craver. KCC is off their draft. And you got a couple guys like Terry Bussey, Ashton Bethel Roman to come back next year, and hopefully we don't hit the portal. But yeah, shout out them, and it was kind of funny because I'm pretty sure Texas A&M, one of the offensive linemen was like, Ruben Bain, he is not a factor, bro. We are not worried about him. Well, Ruben Bain was after it on fucking Saturday, and yeah, he had 3 sacks on the day. So I think he was a pretty much a big factor, bro. And that's 7 sacks in total for Miami in that game. Won the battle 7-2. They only had 2 sacks, and then when Miami gets 7 sacks, I don't know how you're gonna win that, but they almost won it, bro. It was a 10-3 game. It came down to the Malachi Tony touchdown. So shout out Miami. They punched a ticket into the Cotton Bowl, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And they get to go up against the number 2 ranked team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes. So good luck to them, and this is gonna be a homecoming game for Jeremiah Smith. We're gonna get to the preview. But yeah, Jeremiah Smith is very emotional about this one. He got a lot to think about, bro. The Blitnikov loss, and he gets to play against our home team. Oh yeah, he's ready. He's a lot of the same guys that he played in high school. It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, shout out Miami, man. They get to pay their guys and a lot of hometown kids on this team, and I love that for them. And shout out Mari Cristobal. Again, this is a guy that just continued to elevate this program every year, and now they got their first playoff berth, first playoff win. Shout out Miami for getting it done. And IL money or not, bro. It's a new era we in. Moving on to a game that yeah. Oh man, you didn't help the G5 talk. And yeah, both Tulane, JMU, you kind of just fucked the G5 up just because these games weren't close, and I think a lot of people are gonna take this into consideration. And yeah, once you get your own playoffs, and don't be crying about it, because this is what you do when you play actual real competition and one of the best teams in the country. Number 6 Ole Miss hosts a playoff game. New head coach, and same old offense. 41 points get held on Tulane. This is a game that already been played. Tulane's coach got other shit to worry about, bro. He got other coaching obligations for other teams. And number 11 seed lose 41-10 for Ole Miss, bro. Trinidad Chambers and Kejuan Lacey went down in this game. I'm pretty sure they both came back. I don't remember Kejuan Lacey came back. But I know Trinidad Chambers, he went down for a while. Also Simmons came in, and yeah, also Simmons was the quarterback at the start of the year. Wasn't ready. Benched him, and now came back in this game, threw 40 yards for Austin Simmons. Didn't really skip a beat, but Trinidad Chambers was healthy. Throw him back out there. 23 for 29, 282, and a touchdown throwing, and 2 touchdowns rushing for Trinidad Chambers. Kejuan Lacey, injured or not, 15 carries, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, and yeah, this is just what they do, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is just Ole Miss in the offense, and this is a very scary team because, again, they ain't skip a beat, bro. They was on their ass immediately. They get the ball, bro. It's 14 points down already for Tulane. I'm like, man, it's just gonna be that type of game, bro. That's just what it is. And not really much to say for Tulane, because I didn't really see. I was watching the highlights too, bro, and I'm like, damn, I ain't see no highlights for real. They wasn't doing anything on offense. But they scored 10 points, so good for you. You damn near lost the same. I'm pretty sure. What they lose 45-10 last time they played or something like that. I'm like, damn, again. But yeah, Ole Miss, they get their get back, and basically did it in an explosive fashion. Does anybody have anything else to say, bro? Are we keeping these G5 teams out next time, bro? Is that what we need to do? VJ?
Congratulations to Lane Kiffin, bro. You got that bonus, even though he ain't do shit.
Hey.
What do you mean he didn't do shit?
I
bro?
mean, in this game, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. He
Yeah.
you know.
Don't disrespect Lane.
I mean that like
I'll
that.
at you on Twitter.
Hey, man. Yeah, the game was over in the first half, bro. Keep it as short as simple as that. This shit was, bro. I was like, I remember after I watched the Texas A&M game, I'm like, all right, Ole Miss game next. Fuck it, bro. I'm assuming Ole Miss is gonna win, but like, let me see if Tulane could do some damage, potentially. Even at so, like, I was looking at Ole Miss, see like what they could bring offensively that's different and defensively that's different, because obviously no Lane Kiffin, so obviously there's a different mentality space in terms of head coaching. So I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on, buddy. Bro, the first thing I saw, I turned it on because I remember I stopped watching for a little bit and I was like, oh shit, the game is on. Flick it back on. Tulane, I think it's like fourth and something. They going for it. Threw a pick. I'm like, shit's fucking over, bro. I ain't watching no more. Game's out of here, bro. I watched that drive down the field. Ole Miss score touchdown. Yep, shit's over. Flick that shit off. Got ready for work. So because shit was not relevant to me no more. Kudos to Ole Miss. They look good. I mean, they have the right mentality. They came with a lot of energy, which they should, especially since your next game ain't really the easiest game for sure. So, nothing else to say. I mean, to answer your question a little bit about that G5 shit, me and Rack had a little talk about it, and listen, shit's up in the air for them, bro. Oh, it ain't looking good for them G5 teams. I suppose put it like that. They haven't got no good track record these past couple years they've been in. So I could really say, I mean, really short and simple. This game was just over in the first half.
I mean,
Jake Retzloff, 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 1 interception, and it was just a scale, bro. You know.
I mean,
it was just all over, bro.
Not gonna lie, bro. I don't really got much to say, bro. It's just like, bro, it just, we all came in there like, let's see what Tulane can do to Ole Miss, right? That's what we all came in here. Did we believe Tulane was gonna be at Ole Miss? Probably not. Was there, a Cinderella story like maybe, right? Maybe they could start off hot with scoring a TD, right? And then stop Ole Miss on their first drive. Like, oh shit, we got a game. Then obviously when the Ole Miss get back, they go back on their bullshit and they stop, right? That's what we're expecting. But no, obviously we didn't get that shit. Fucking Ole Miss scored 14-0 first quarter. It's like, all right, okay, you know what? This is kind of what we were expecting, But we was hoping with something, a little bit of fight, something. Please fight back, Tulane. Please give us a show, something. But we didn't get that. But yeah, I don't got much to say, bro. Ole Miss did their part. They handled. This what happens when you face it. A G5. They made it in because certain teams couldn't win their games, so they gotta give it to somebody who won something. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's all I got, bro. Good luck to Ole Miss.
How you feel about the G5?
I mean, like I said, me and VJ talked about it a little bit. VJ suggested the only way for them to G5 to even have a chance is by expanding the playoff, and that's having them play the whoever who could barely make it in, and obviously leaving whoever the Power 4 playing whoever. But if the G5 is able to fucking let's say they expanded, right, they was able to win the game, okay, at least they beat whoever down there, give them a little chance instead of for example, if Notre Dame got in, right, and they played fucking Notre Dame and somehow beat fucking Notre Dame, like, oh shit, right? But obviously that's all fucking fantasy and see what go from there. But with the G5, yeah, bro, with James Madison, Tulane, obviously we're gonna get James Madison, but with Tulane, bro, it's just like this is kind of what everybody all feared when we let a G5 into this, going against a fucking Ole Miss, for example. It's just like, bro, are they really gonna be able to hang, bro, or are they really just wasting a slot, bro? Basically, bro, it's just like, I don't know. Literally, VJ said the best when we had a small talk. The only way a G5 should even be in if we expand the playoff and they get that bottom seed and they barely make it in type thing, because there's just no way we're gonna allow this. You telling me every year, bro? Obviously there's certain teams that didn't win their games, and that's the reason why they're not in. But it's just, we can't have this, bro. This is not. It's not fun. We're expecting a 1 out of 100 games where fucking Tulane beat Ole Miss. They got to run it back on time. Maybe Tulane win one of them. So that type of thing.
I think it's the loudest because it was 2 spots this year. I think there should be 1 spot at least reserved for the G5 if they earn it. They're gonna be a system where they earn it. Whether that's being top ranked in the top 20 or top 25, something along them lines. But it's fine if it's 1. Especially when it's like a 5 seed that's right outside the bye week, like a Oregon, and they get the 12 seed, and they basically get a bye week in that. But again, you can't slip up because it could happen any week. But again, I think the biggest thing and why this game was so lopsided because John Summerall has other obligations. I think we're seeing it from Ohio State right now where Ryan Day's taking over play calling for Brian Hartline because Brian Hartline's trying to coach his team down at South Florida. John Summerall had to make decisions at Florida, be in and out, and his team was in the playoffs. So that just goes to show how terrible this calendar is. And I think if head coach is not taking this seriously, and the other side as well, bro, Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, bro, that whole debacle, that happened the last 3 weeks, bro. So again, the whole calendar is so fucking stupid, and it makes no sense that we're in college football in 2025 and we're still arguing about a calendar. It's just quick fixes that should be a thing already, man. It's so stupid. But yeah, moving on from one block to another. I don't care what the score says, bro. This game was never close. You could say they had life in the second half, but Duke, I said Duke. The James Madison Dukes, I might as well put Duke in there. The Blue Devils fucking deserve a spot over these guys. I'm trolling. James Madison was the better G5 team this weekend. 12 seed going against the 5 seed in Eugene, Oregon, and got 51 hung on their heads. But showed some fight late in the game. 28 points in the second half for JMU to cut it cut the lead down to 55 looking ass on a Chris Paul meme type shit. But yeah, Dante Moore threw some late interceptions to make this game somewhat more close. But he has 4 touchdowns in the game, 300 yards. And yeah, this is just an all-around good game for Oregon, in my opinion. They get kind of warmed up, ready for their next game. Malik Benson, 5 receptions, 119 yards. Talk about journeyman, a super senior. That's just who he is. I do think Evan Stewart's going to be healthy the next game. He was already questionable in this game. DeCorian Moore, I feel like he was limited. I don't know where he was on the field. He really wasn't a factor in my opinion. But Kenyon Sadiq, even then, like I feel like they were just like holding the guys back, bro. Not today, bro. Not today, bro. Let's let the senior go to work today, and that's all they needed because it was 51-34. And again, Alonzo Barnett, he did this thing, man. 2 touchdowns, 273 passing wise. Had a run on the ground. That's just what he does. He's a two-way player. I feel like a little bit less effective in this game, just because of how good Oregon was able to get 2 sacks on him. But yeah, nothing much to say here, but it was a very lopsided game. You try to swing it this way or that way to try to make it somewhat close. It was still a 17-point game when it's all said and done, and it was just a lot of fucking points at the end where it's like, yeah, we're good. We're on to the next one, bro. We're up 24. We're up, 31, bro. You could have the pity points. But yeah, VJ, was this game close?
Repeat as the other one, bro. Shit was over in the first half. Buddy, the first fucking touchdown for Oregon was bro catching a fucking one-handed overhand, bro. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And it was for 2, bro.
Yeah, just so disrespectful, bro. So disrespectful, bro.
I'm like, that's our first touchdown? Get the fuck out of here, bro. JMU, good night, bro. Let me go back to work, bro. I was gonna try to fucking watch it in between. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. Ain't doing this shit no more. Oregon, I mean, they did their job, man. Granted, no disrespect to JMU, but you're supposed to do this to JMU. That first half really showed it all. It was like 34-3, bro. I'm like, yeah, I expected this. Obviously, when I saw the end score, I was like, okay, JMU definitely, did some things on the fucking on the bench starters, bro. Like, what you mean, like, bro? They were so comfortable on the bench. Them motherfuckers, they know how to play proper football at times. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta cut some slack here and there. JMU, they did the thing. I will give praise to JMU though because they weren't supposed to be in the spot and they made it and they made the best of it. Obviously, you ain't win the game, but at least you got some highlight against Oregon. You put something on them. You didn't get completely fucking blown out, I guess, per se. But it wasn't your fault that you got put in this situation. But hey, you made it. You made the best of it. Kudos to them. Oregon, they look good. Nah, it's no other way to put it. The way they started the game was crazy good. And yeah, I mean, it was just touchdown after touchdown. Both sides look good in my opinion. I mean, I wouldn't say there was no mistake in that first half, but honestly, there is actually just small little mistakes. They could have probably made it to 40 if Oregon really tried. If they tried that first half harder, they could have probably got 40. So it's gonna be nice to see when Oregon in the playoffs, man. I mean, they here now. They woke up. They got a tough little pathway to go through. So it's gonna be nice and see. But Oregon definitely opened the eyes for a lot of people in terms of like, okay, this team, they ain't made no noise coming into like this little playoff game. What are they gonna bring out? Motherfuckers just end up going swinging out crazy. So I like to see this for them, and I'm excited.
Talk about a perfect first half. 4 plays touchdown for Oregon. 15 plays field goal for JMU. 15 plays. 5 plays touchdown for Oregon. That's first quarter. Second quarter, 10 plays missed field goal for JMU. 3 plays touchdown for Oregon. 3 and out punt for JMU. 4 plays touchdown for Oregon. 6 plays punt for JMU. 5 plays touchdown Oregon. 7 plays punt for JMU, and then 3 plays interception from Dante Moore. That's where the 40 points would have came from. But then 9 plays field goal for JMU, and then end of half. Slicks.
I mean, yeah, bro. Like I said, the last episode we recorded, I mentioned Oregon. Compared to last year, there was a lot of talk about Oregon. Like, oh shit, Oregon just beat Ohio State, early in the season, and like, there was a lot of talk about them. But this year around, like I said, they went under the radar. They're not being talked as much. But I think that and that's why they came out this game just slanging.
You caught it? Oh, nah.
We're gonna see. Anyways, but they got that shit done out immediately. Like, this fucking JMU, let's handle business. Let's get the shit done in the fucking first half so we can rest our starters and and pack it up and get ready for the next game. That's basically what it was, bro. Like they did their thing, bro. I don't know what you wanted them to do. They literally came out fucking first fucking drive with them, like we just said, fucking doing a one-handed catch into a TD. Like, okay, buddy, and then you going for it, not even regular. Bro, no respect at all. They dead ass was really trying to wrap this shit up as fast as possible, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they trying to wrap this shit up before the start of the second quarter. The way they was fucking coming, I'm like, this is mad disrespectful. But yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll be on the lookout for Oregon. We'll see. Obviously, they got somebody to be somebody to fucking play against. Texas Tech. They got somebody to seriously really play against. We will see though. Obviously, this is like two teams that they both. They wasn't really talked as much, so it's like, who's really gonna shine in this game? It's probably gonna be a big factor. How gritty that game will be, or shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a gritty game. I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Kudos to Oregon. They did their part, and on to the next. JMU, congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do next year. Oh, keep doing your thing though, in the in whatever y'all doing. I mean, like I said, y'all had y'all chance. At least y'all able to put 34 points on up, even though towards the end it wasn't nothing. But still doing something.
Yeah, and talking about the whole college football calendar yet again. Bob Chesney out at this is JMU's last game, coached by Bob Chesney. He's going to UCLA, and then Billy Napier jumping in for James Madison next year. So if they do come back, it's gonna be because Billy Napier is a good what's it called, head coach. But Oregon, I think both defensive offensive coordinator got poached. So bro, like this whole calendar is so fucking whack, bro. This shit is so stupid, bro. He got both of his coordinators poached, bro, and he got to put 51 to take his fucking frustration out on these guys. Now moving on, we got a couple little segments to go over. CJ Bailey, NC State, they have a bowl game to go. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Yes, of course. This is in Tampa Bay. CJ Bailey's from Miami, so it's a little homecoming game. Baker Mayfield was at this game. Him and CJ Bailey flipped up. Greatness, looking at greatness in the mirror and shit. They kind of look the same too. But yeah, NC State. This probably CJ Bailey's gonna be last game. He kind of talked before the game like, hey, we'll see how it plays out when the off season hits. It's not the off season. He hasn't hit yet, but this is gonna be an NC State team. Without Hollywood Smothers, they had Jane Scott back there, but you throw anybody back there, bro, they get it done, bro, and it's just who it is. And CJ Bailey, his backup, Will Wilson, I don't know if they're gonna run him at quarterback. He's a true freshman. They just throw him in sets. They don't even let him throw, bro. They just let him get the ball, bro. He's built like a tank, so he'll get the touchdown every time. He helped in this game, but CJ Bailey, talk about very efficient. I think he ended his NC State career as the highest rated passer rating in their history. And you talk about guys like who went to NC State? Russell Wilson had a year there. I'm pretty sure Jacoby Brissett, and there was one other name on there. But CJ Bailey having that. I talk about him passing the eye test and him being potentially to go over the Big Two. Talking about Big Ten or SEC play. He could start at a lot of schools in those conferences, and hopefully he does get the opportunity. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. And yeah, not much to say for Memphis. They had Brendan Lewis, their super senior quarterback, 100 yards, 1 TD. They just got outmatched, bro. Like, you see nothing happen in the second half, man. It was just 0 points across the board, bro. NC State was able to just keep their lead, and yeah, Memphis couldn't do nothing about it. Shout out Memphis, they overachieved. They got a win against Auburn, or not Auburn, Arkansas. Same trash in the SEC. But yeah, talk about a great year for them. 8-5. Had a chance to get in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure in the first playoff reveal they were in the playoffs. But yeah, they can end up falling out. 8-5, 10 the season. And yeah, shout out NC State. I think they could do some work with Will Wilson at quarterback. I like him. I just don't know how he could develop as a passer, if he's going to develop as a passer, or if NC State goes after a quarterback in the transfer portal. That could still be an option on the table. But yeah, I want CJ Bailey to leave NC State, go be great somewhere else, because just like Hollywood Smothers, NC State's not there for you. And that will conclude all the bowl games so far, bro. There's going to be a lot more, pretty sure next week. Next episode should be, or something along them lines. Now moving on to the news, we got Kenny Dillingham. Was a potential candidate for Michigan, but Kenny Dillingham says otherwise. He said he's never contacted about the Michigan job, and now re-upped with Arizona State and signed a new 5-year deal where he's getting paid $7.5 million. I'm pretty sure a year or something along them lines. And yeah, he said he never got offered by Michigan, and also revealed that someone that went to Arizona State, you live in one of these big houses off campus, bruh. come give me 20 million, bro, and I could build you a championship program. He was basically begging for like some type of donor, bro, and I don't blame him, bro. He needs some type of fucking help, bro. He's doing all this shit all off the muscle. So shout out to Kenny Dillingham. And he got his little 5-year contract, bro, with the Sun Devils, bro. So no matter what, he's paid. So good for him. And I'm glad because that leaves one less candidate for that team up north, and I want them to hire one of them bum ass coordinators on that team as their next head coach. I would love to see that. VJ Slicks, y'all got anything to say about this?
Kudos to Kenny Dillingham, man.
No cap.
It was crazy seeing his like random rise out of nowhere. I remember Arizona State started picking up like crazy steam out of nowhere, and I was like, "The hell's going on over there, bro? They out here going like they picking up some nice words over there." I'm like, okay. I mean, they gotta be decent. I check them out. I'm like, okay. I like what they're building over here. I mean, I like the coach. The coach is passionate. That's what I really saw about Kenny Dillingham. He was really passionate. So kudos to him. He deserved this one. And yeah. Not much I can really say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely kudos to him. Getting his respect, bro. That's literally what it was, bro. So, yeah, kudos to him. That's what all I got.
Yeah, Arizona State alum, start donating, bro. No, send a wire transfer, bro. Come on, bro. 20 mil in the bank, and we'll be able to run this shit, bro. But yeah, it was kind of funny because he was just basically in the post game, or I guess post signature press conference, like, bro, I love it here. I never got contacted about the Michigan job, but hey, bro. We need to compete with one of these big dogs, bro. Come on. Come fuck with me, bro. Like some of these alums, bro. Come fuck with me, bro. I need 20 million to work with, bro. I'll be able to do something with. You see what happened when I got Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson, and now Sam Levitt's off in the transfer portal, and probably the potential number 1 quarterback in the transfer portal at that. And yeah, he just doesn't like his players getting poached at a power 4 level, and I understand him. Speaking of coaching changes, fuck. I don't know what they're creating in Chapel Hill, bro, but yeah, if you go to this school and you're a female, I would probably hide myself, or walk in duos, or just don't walk at night, man, because I don't know what they're building on this offensive coordinator or coordinators. This whole lineup is getting crazy, bro. We got Bobby Petrino getting hired as an OC at UNC. Bobby Petrino in like 2013. Shit, right? He got a lot of history, bro. I'm glad he's not a head coach no more for Arkansas. But this guy's a kind of a terrible human being, bro. But he's good at coaching football, so he's still in this shit. And Bill Belichick was like, "Hey, I see some of me in him. So get him on my offensive coordinator side, man." But yeah, I don't know too much. I don't really care, bro. I don't know. I guess they might be able to play good football. But what they do outside of football is beyond me. Yeah, don't go to Chapel Hill, man. Don't go to Chapel Hill. As a player, I don't care what you do. As like a, maybe we avoid UNC.
If you're here for your studies, don't go to Chapel Hill, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're female. Only if you're female, bro. But I don't think is swing that way. But y'all got anything to say about this?
Nah, bro.
This is fucking crazy, bro.
Hey, man, them chapels ain't safe no more.
This is fucking
not much to say.
Bill and Bobby, bro.
Double B's, bro.
This shit, okay. Yeah, type shit. Notre Dame, the crybabies of college football. They basically were trying to get USC extension on their rivalry for the next couple of years, and USC, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They kind of, it was like, bro, join the conference first, bro. They don't fuck with y'all. They was ducking. I ain't gonna lie, USC was ducking, bro. It is what it is, bro. But BYU's basically gonna step in for Notre Dame. And yeah, this is probably one of the better teams on the schedule that they have. I'm pretty sure there's one other like good team. I remember looking at their schedule. I was like, hey, bro, all these SEC trash bags that y'all play, and then there's BYU, and then one other team, bro. I don't really care who it is, bro. Join the conference, buddy. That's all I gotta say, man. This shit is crazy. But yeah, y'all got anything?
You think Notre Dame will join the conference less than 5 years? Let's say they're in the same trajectory right now.
Nope.
No, really?
They stand on what they believe in.
Okay.
They don't
Actually.
Or do you think till Marcus Freeman is out of there? Yeah, I'm hearing that he what the Giants was considering him, right?
They said he could be a potential candidate, bro.
Okay.
But I don't know what that means, man.
Yeah,
I don't think Marcus Freeman give a fuck about the NFL,
but,
man.
Honestly, I'd say Notre Dame will probably stay like this until they're forced to join a conference. Eventually, there's gonna be a point in time where I ain't gonna lie, there's gonna be so much backlash from the actual like other like groups themselves. Like I don't know, other fucking Power 4 teams. They're like, yo, this shit ain't fucking fair because these motherfuckers want to be out of conference or whatever, independent. and then it's gonna be the rules are gonna be bent so much to where they're forced to join a conference. That's how I see it. There's no other way. I don't think they join it because they're not gonna join it willingly. Obviously, we've seen it now, so it's just like and unless the rules are literally like the rule they have in place right now is if Notre Dame makes top 12, they're in no matter what. So cool. If they dead ass just like bend the rules next year, be like, okay, after that they're like, yeah, you make top 12, we don't give a fuck about you still. You got to make top 1. Then it's like, all right, we got to join a conference now. That's literally there's no other way.
I think two things to consider is the NBC deal. Notre Dame's the only, I think, team in college football that has an NBC deal. They basically got an exclusive deal with NBC that they get to post all the games. I mean, not post all the games, but like
broadcast.
Broadcast all the games, bro. And yeah, there's that, and then it's like as long as Notre Dame winning games, bro, it shouldn't be a problem. They should be able to make top 12, bro. They get to make the manly like build their own schedule, bro, and constantly have like top recruiting what's it called, recruiting cycles. So hey, bro, it is what it is, man. As long as they're winning games, bro, this shouldn't be a problem. But it's gonna continue to be a problem if they lose 2 games in the season, bro. They just can't do that. That's just how good they have to be without being in the conference. And it's like they said, bro. It's like VJ said. If they start bending the rules and it's like, hey, you know, spots start getting more scarce and there's less at larges and all the above, man. Yo, I just can't picture like Notre Dame in the ACC or Big Ten, bro. Like that's just not something that I'll ever see, bro. Like I don't think so. They get to mainly build their own schedule. They don't have to answer to nobody at ESPN or at Fox. So you know they have their own exclusive deal with NBC. As long as they're winning games, I don't think it should be a problem. Moving on to the transfer portal. Don't question why I got it looking like this, man. It's just this the easiest way to show y'all what happened in the last fucking couple days. The 20th, the last 3 days, basically. You got Rocco Beck. He's entered transfer portal. His head coach is now the head coach at Penn State, and he's probably gonna follow in suit potentially. Let me just scroll down, and now we're on the first page. And then we're gonna go back. All right. Nothing really matters. But Aaron Nolan, South Carolina QB. He was, I think, a top 5, top 10 QB in his class, whatever the case may be. Julian Sand transfers to Ohio State. He committed to Ohio State. Ryan Day picked this guy as his future quarterback. Julian Sand came in and was like, "Yeah, that guy's kind of better than you, bro. He's number 1 in the class. You know, take your talents elsewhere." South Carolina has Lenore Sellers. Aaron Nolan's like, "Hey, it's my sophomore year. Let me sit for the year, and then let me jump in junior year, and I'm ready to take over the South Carolina offense." Oh wait. Lenore Sellers just re-up. He got a new deal with South Carolina to stay another year. Well, I got to hit the transfer portal. And now Aaron Nolan's on his 3rd team in 3 years, and he hasn't seen the playing field except like maybe a couple snaps here and there, but nothing too crazy. I don't know where he goes next. I don't know where he wants to play, but I think he just wants some tape out. He just needs something on tape. Like I just need to see him start somewhere. And I don't know if it's gonna be at a Power 2 team, like maybe a Purdue, like at that level at this point. Maybe a Rutgers would be nice for him. But that's just the level it's at right now. Maybe like at Arkansas with Taylor Green going to the draft. Like those are type of things I want to see him at, man. See where he could go and where he can get some tape from. Do you have any thoughts on it?
No.
Nope. Get some tape, buddy. That's basically what they're saying. DeAndre Moore Jr., one of the better Texas wide receivers. He's entering the portal and he's basically just trying to go to a big time program, I think, or just get more production. He's gonna be like a top 5 wide receiver in this class, basically, potentially. And hopefully he's not a bust wherever he goes next. One of the bigger ones is USF famously hired Brian Hartline as their next head coach. And Byron Brown is gonna enter the portal. And he was one of the more consistent QBs in all of college football stat wise, but I think he had like 40 touchdowns altogether, 4,000 yards passing, I'm pretty sure, something like that, bro. He's a stats sheet stuffer. So now I hope he can go to Power 4 level and potentially lift up a program as far as he could go. And again, he might be able to follow what is it? Golding? Is it Golding? Not Pete Golding, but Golish. His coach Golish went to Auburn now. And Auburn, I mean, they have a freshman quarterback in what's it called? And Duke, is it Duke? I want to say Duke Riley, but I know it's not it. It's a former Falcons player. But they basically had a Duke Knight. Deuce Knight was a freshman quarterback that Auburn started at the end of the season. And again, he's a freshman. Byron Brown has one more year of eligibility. He might be able to jump in the system with Golish and be able to take over that Auburn offense for the year. And he gets to play SEC ball, so it'd be very interesting to see if he makes that move into that transition. And yeah, QB following his head coach. I haven't seen that before. North Carolina QB Bryce Baker. I'm pretty sure he was like one of the top QBs in the 2024 class. Basically didn't see the field because Max Johnson came back, was a 5-year senior quarterback. And then Bill Belichick ended up going to get what's his name? Damn, what the fuck is this called? Gio Lopez. And they basically picked Gio Lopez, and yeah, Bryce Baker was like, yeah, get me the fuck out of here, bro. They hiring anybody on these on his coaching staff. And yeah, AJ Harris, Penn State cornerback, for the last couple of years, ended up in the portal. I don't know if that's coming because of Campbell. Maybe he had a conversation with Campbell. I'm pretty sure he has 1 year eligibility left. Be interested to see he goes because he's a veteran presence in the college football realm. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not too much left going on. And yeah, you got Josh Hoover. He's one of the bigger QB candidates in this. Look at that. What the hell? Basically, Josh Hoover is being looked at by the Indiana. And basically, Indiana might be handpicking this guy as their next quarterback. I think that's going to be very interesting if he can go there. Again, he's a veteran guy. 1 year of eligibility left. And it's just like what Signetti likes, bruh. The 1 year quarterbacks. So I have to get another quarterback in the transfer next year, bruh. I don't know why he's living quarterback to quarterback, bruh. Bro, get you a nice little transfer quarterback like an Aaron Nolan, bro, and you get 2-3 years of eligibility left in him, bro. But yeah, Josh Hoover, Indiana is looking at him potentially, and yeah, he's a guy that could have stayed at TCU, but I think TCU has other plans at this point. Interesting. And then here we go with the top transfer portal guys. Byron Brown, again, he's one of the bigger transfer quarterbacks at number 4, and then you just keep going. Josh Hoover right there at 8 or 7 or whatever that shit is, bro. And yeah. That's all I got for the transfer portal for the moment.
A little.
But as teams continue to fall, bro, you don't see them names.
I don't know if you want to pull it up, but you know, I just pulled up on Instagram real quick, and On Three just posted that Jeff Brom emerged as name of interest in Michigan coaching search. We'll see though.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
I don't know. I seen that earlier.
Okay.
It'll be very interesting. Because they're basically just headhunting at this point.
Yeah.
Jeff Brom is a cool guy, but I don't think he's like a home run hitter for them. Like,
I mean, shit.
I don't know.
Best case scenario for us.
I mean, I just think Jeff Brom doesn't want to go to Michigan, bro. I think he likes where he's at right now. That's why he read up with Louisville. Because Jeff Brom had other opportunities elsewhere. There was definitely a lot of other teams that were looking at him, and he basically just wanted to stay at Louisville, and he helped build that program to what it is today, bro. So shout out him.
Alrighty. I mean, with that being said, you guys have any final thoughts? If
No.
we're gonna go wrap this thing up. I don't know if we're gonna be, live Thursday, because obviously Christmas is Thursday to go celebrate it, and then I don't know if we're gonna even do it next Thursday, because that's New Year's. So But anyway,
Next Tuesday probably.
we'll see. Well, if you guys see the episode, you guys see the episode. But yeah, honestly, with that being said, this been the One Foot In podcast. Thank you, VJ. Thank you, Cameron, as always, for your college football analytics and all that good shit. If you guys are interested in the other podcasts, there's obviously other podcasts. You're obviously watching the Block Takeover YouTube channel. So go ahead, scroll down, find it somewhere. You find it. Find the one that interests you. If I'm live this Thursday, obviously my link in the description, the link tree will take you to another page, and that's usually where we record, or I have to go live for the One Foot In podcast, and so you come chat with us if you guys are interested. Obviously, probably not this week due to Christmas. Like I said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. But other than that, we're gonna wrap it up here. We got new to the channel, made to the end of the video. Consider clicking that subscribe button. Add to help out the channel a lot. Also, since you're already done, consider clicking that like button as well. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys when we catch you next. Peace.